That's why I want to come out more than you. Wow, then you see that?
But came out should be given the screen so that we can see.
Bilal, screen be wow, right? Mingi ni wa kai talk sang. No talk.
We are back at the Birkama Boxbar Mini Stadium for what promises to be another thrilling encounter. Niall, few weeks when last these two teams met on this ground, Medina were 2-1 to the good. First, Mustafa Jaji from a belting drive from wonder distance. Then, just at the cusp of the game, Tallinding kept calling, equalized, and then Hadingum was there at the very last seconds to pounce for what was a frantic scene of celebration at the Birkama Boxbar Mini Stadium. It is first versus fifth. Medina on 43 points, Tallinding on 36 points, and 7 points within the two. A win for Medina is taking them level on points with the Ferry Boys in Gambia Port Authority. Tallinding, on the other hand, have just one objective, that is going back to the top. So too Medina, the FF Cup champions, relinquished their FF Cup crown in the first time of asking against Hawks. So the primary focus and the primary objective is this game. That is, of course, the monumental class, not just this game, but qualification to the top of Gambian football. That is the first division. Medina on orange, Tallinding on red and white socks, while Medina wearing their black socks. So my co-commentator is around, one who was missing for quite a while due to so many technical work at his desk, but he's back to the song. Very, very good evening.
Yeah, very good evening, Mr. Ba. You are right. Been away for a while now, and I've really missed this cabin. Yeah. Good to be back this evening, and we are, like you said, we are about to witness a very, very enticing encounter here. The two teams know each other very well, and I think they are just going to take it from where they left it last time around. So it's going to be a very, very interesting encounter, and it's good to be back to watch this kind of games here.
Indeed, Medina got the better of Ouagadougou last weekend by 3-1. Moru Sacho, for his first hat-trick in his life, registered 6 goals in this season for what was a perfect day in the office for the star center forward. He will be looking forward to continuing that feat. Medina have just one change to the excited place last week, with Hadingum coming in place of Abdul Jaji, who sustained a knee discomfort in the last Medina's Taris game at the Little Usman Sow football field just 2 days ago. So Hadingum is deputizing in for Abdul Jaji, which means Umar Kaita maintained his position in goal. Abdullah Conte, Kitabu Gaji go, and Lame Sise to lock the back line. Umar Baji, who registered his first assist of the season, will be partnered with Mustafa Jaju and Selo Jallo. Landing Jata will be on the right wing back position, while Hadingum on the left, and Yusufa Chati and Modu Sajo on the attacking third. So we'll be starting in few minutes as Medina looking to continue their form and looking to close down the gap to the top, as GPA, who are playing with Walidan today, are just 3 points ahead of the FF Cup champions. Chati, who scored and assisted for Medina in the past 2 weeks, assisted Modu Sajo's hat-trick at Ouagadougou in Jala Soma. Selo Jalo at the edge of the box, and that is a brilliant sliding tackle from the star centre-back for Tallinding. Sang, I think Ibrahim Abba was the scorer of Tallinding's only goal when these two sides met in the first round. He came from the bench, and it looks as though he's starting today. But we have confirmation on that, but it looks to be him by Ibrahim. I believe you are in the commentary decks in that game here. Mustafa Jaji with a thunderbolt, at the edge of the box.
At the academy.
Okay, and had him come at the dying minutes with a near post header. So both of them are starting today. Omar Badi, new signing from Serekunda FC, is enjoying his early days at Medina. Yusuf Achati too from Falcons is having an admirable start for the Medina faithful. Assisted against Serekunda United, scored against Latrikunda, and assisted against Ouagadougou. 3 assists, or 2 assists rather, and a goal in his early Medina days. Wonderful start for the boy from Badibo and Yusuf Achati. So Keita will be starting for Medina on a solid and strong back three for the Medina faithful. Goes long to Yusuf Achati, who tries to head it down to Hadim Gom, who wouldn't be able to keep the ball in play. Nobuel Jade in the squad also sustained for what is a groin injury, and as per medical examination he'll be out for 2 weeks. That is 14 days to be precise. Well, Jade will be an almighty miss. Assisted Medina's equalizer in the against Latrikunda just 2 weeks ago for what was Yusuf Achati's first. So Mohamed Javido is on the bench, signing from Steve Biko. Mustafa Jaju goes to Hadim Gom, who looks for the role of Selo Jallo, who tries to jinx it long to the far post. Wilani Jata is chasing, but the left side centre half for Tallinding was wary and had the most important touch, which went out for a throw. Sang, no Buwel Jaite, no Abdou Jaju, how of a miss would that be?
Yeah, definitely these are very, very important players. They are key players to the team. You can see how they were doing in the setup, and today we are going to miss them. Definitely the players that came coming into the starting 11 are good players as well. But definitely those are key players and they are key misses. And I just hope that it's not going to be significant. It's not going to be noticed from the results that we're going to get here today. But from the early exchanges, we can see that Medina is trying to settle and is trying to pile pressure on RS Tallinding just to make sure that they get control of the game and try to cause the damage.
Indeed, causing the damage will be the primary objective for Medina while avoiding it. Sang my technical analyst giving us those rights in these early exchanges. Medina established Lions 6 years ago, turning doubters to believers. Played the country's second division last year for the first time, and we are crowned the FF Cup champions and going back to the very top, competing against teams who have been here since the late and early 90s. Medina, on the other hand, are playing this competition just for the second time. Conte jigging along to Seydou Diallo, who went off his initial position, which to much dismay by Abdullah Conte. Chati Yusufa, and they actually was going for goal. That was a deflection, but Hadim comes down to pick up the loose ball. More Sadio with a near post header, but his header was agonizingly wide, and that's out for an RS Tallinding goal kick. Good start for the Medina faithful. And Abdullah Kujabi for RS Tallinding starts, goes to his 13 in Molamin Nying. Nying going to his 13 number 3 in Ensa Bojang. Bojang back to Nying. Nying going back to Abdullah Kujabi for RS Tallinding. Kujabi back to Nying. Calm and composed from the RS Tallinding faithfuls. Going long. Kitabu Gajigo touches it down to Abdullah Conte. Conte to Omar Baji, who's enjoying his early days in Medina's colors. He told me at the Usman Sao football field, he's grateful and delighted to play in this club, and every time he enters the pitch for Medina, he feels immense joy. And that is the joy and auto flyer he plays with. Kitabu Gajigo to Abdullah Conte. Conte looking to go long. Omar Morisajo was the target, but Nying was there and had him go made the final touch for an RS Tallinding throw with their dirty number 3 in Ensa Bojang will be taking the resulting ball. Nying also is there. And Sang, in my commentary, I realized last week that Morisajo is usually left isolated in the attacking third. That means he was only the target man that the midfielders had on so many occasions. That for me led him to scoring 3 goals. And also the gaffer made an unchanged sub to the one that started last weekend, except Hadim Gom coming in for Abdou Jaju, which is a like for like replacement. How important, or is this information to unlock Morisajo now?
I think the two midfielders that came in newly in Chati and Baji, they know exactly how Mor Sadio moves, and I think I've overheard them several times telling him, you just have to make the moves, you just have to run into the right positions, make the right run, make the right timing. We're gonna find you, because that is our job. Our job is to find you. Our job is to stop the progression of the opponent and then get the ball, progress it, and look for you, because you are the target man. So I think he did well against Ouagadougou, and we are hoping to see more of this from him. He could have scored earlier from that cross, and I think he just missed the header. But if he focuses and concentrates, he has a very, very clever midfield that can find him. TK is clever, Selo is great, and then you have Baji and Chati. They are also good going forward. So it's up to him to make sure that he makes the right run and the right timing.
When you tell me you watched the last game, I believe you. I remember around my commentary, there's Umar Baji telling him exactly what you are saying now. That we told you this, make the runs and we'll get you the pass. Just around the commentary decks. And you might have heard those words from the mic, possibly. Yeah, and that is a Medina ball. A Medina free kick. And Umar Baji fires him delightfully. Selou Jallo's one is absolutely incisive. And Chati was as cool as you like. So 3 assists from the midfielders last week. He made the right runs and the right finishes and the right passes came. Cisse, Lamin, go along to Mor Sadio, who drop it a little bit. Medina at some point looks to be, and that is a good one, lofted ball to the penalty area. Abdullah Conde's hand was already up in there for an offside, and Umar Keita did the safest thing anyway, and Lamin Salah recovers. Salah going long on the deep left of the field. Ibrahim Sow is the captain, who doubles as the number 25. Tallinding playing it patiently and calmly in Medina's half. That is a long one into the penalty area. It gets past everyone, but Abdullah Conte is chasing all the way. And he manages to seal it well for a Medina United goal kick. One of the best ball playing centre half in the league. Composed, calm, committed. So that will be a Medina goal kick to be taken by Omar Keita, as he has Cisse and Conte alongside. Kitabu Gajigo playing the role of a DM for now, as he puts in Umar Baji and Mustafa Jaji to go it. But Omar Keita is going long. Medina are no more to start from the back whatsoever in this early exchanges, as we have 9 minutes on the clock. Still the early pass in the game. Keita going long to Bojang, but there is a firm and strong defensive header by Pademba Baji. Mustafa Jaji is there. Foul for Medina against the number 2 for Tallinding, who is Haji Toure, and that will be free kick to be taken by Abdullah Conte. Haji Toure standing near him, and Chati giving him up, so to Harim Gom. And Mustafa Jaji will be taking that ball as Abdullah Conte and Lamin Cisse all going into the penalty area. Selou Jallo standing alongside. Mor Sadio this time also making that decoy run to show off his marker. Jaju lifts his long in the attacking third. Firm and strong defensive header behind him. And that will be cleared out by Lamin Salah, who takes it down to his left full back, who is Sow, the captain. Ibrahim Sow goes long to Salah. Salah spreading play to Haji Toure on the deep right of the field. Haji face to face with the Harim Ngom. Toure twisting and turning, going for a first time pass, but Lamin Cisse is at the right place at the right time. And Tallinding picking up that loose ball. Nying in his half, going to Toure or to Ensa Bojang Rada, who does well to be on the ball, and he hit Mustafa Jaji in the face, just as close to the assistant referee, and that will be a Medina United free kick inside Medina's half. Jaji is still down, looks to be uncomfortable, and might need the attention of the officials. Both teams want to settle in the game. I observe Medina are not starting from the back in this early pass. Does that have to do with tactics or the way Tallinding are deploying that formation so far?
Yeah, I think we just have to push them. I think they are trying to push them to try to narrow the game to them. try to go long as early as possible, try to play forward as early as possible so that we can pin them there. Because if you look at RS Tallinding, they are very brilliant in the final third. When you see them, when they come up, they play very, very good football. They exchange passes, they switch the field quickly, and they know exactly what they are doing. So if you have a team like that playing against you in a given day, all you need to do is just to play more of the game in their own area. You can allow them to play in your own area. So I think the coaches are trying to make sure that they play quick forward and try to pin them there, try to force them to make mistakes. We also have brilliant players, so the more we play in the opponent's half, the better for us.
Indeed, push them down their line as much as possible would be the advice from Sang. And Modu Sajo in the striking department, having a good chat with this at the back. So Abdullah Conte will be taking the result of free kick. Mustafa Jaju still looks uncomfortable as he looked to have received a heavy hit on the forehead against Haji Toure. But that will be free kick for Medina to be taken by Abdullah Conte. Conte going long to RS Tallinding's half. Ball headed out. Conte recovers. And we'll have that last touch. But that is ball in Medina half. Here comes Haji Toure. Face to face with Kitabo Gajigo, who's trying to send him away. But Lamin Sise is there. And Hadingam touching it down to Selo Jallo, who had a wonderful turn. Selo pull from the back for a Medina United free kick against Haji Toure. And what do I like about Selo's football though? He's so good, so technical, but does he look to be a diver?
He's I agree with you. He is not interested in diving. If you look at his body language when he's fouled or pulled, he tries to tell the player that, come on, there's no need for pulling, let's play the game fair. So he likes the game flowing. He wants the game to continue flowing. The game has to be flowing because that's football. We just have to keep playing. So anytime they draw him or try to pull him or foul him, he gets kind of pissed off. But you see, there is nothing you can do when you are playing against Selo. Sometimes you just have to cheat.
Indeed, absolutely. And here comes the free kick to the Medina's half. Marqueta has already started for ball against Kita Bugajiga, and Keita going long now to Modu Sajo, who does well to touch it down. Selo Jallo, Modu Sajo rather does well. Now running into the penalty area, going for goal. That wasn't far away, and a good and ambitious answer from Modu Sajo. Selo was making us Dick or Wine to shoot off his marker, but that shot from Modu Sajo wasn't far away. It really wasn't. That is a striker our confidence now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have a midfield that can always find him. So his job is to make those right runs, the right timings, and then make the right decisions. That shot was good. The precision was just a little bit off, but I think if he does that 1-2, he might get one in.
Indeed, do it as much as possible. You can be successful on one occasion. And I have one of the players telling him, is it Mustafa, that we are giving you the crown, but if you don't score in the next game, we are taking the crown off you. So you got to score to maintain that kinship as far as the attacking department is concerned. Jaju. And what did that surprise me in the last game? The manner in which he took those goals doesn't look to be a striker who was struggling all season. It looked to be a striker who has been on a terrific form all season. But to watch that game alone, and one told he scored 3 goals before that, it will be difficult to agree. Looking at the manner in which he took those goals, Sam.
Yeah, I think he, on that day, I think he got everything right. His body language, his demeanor, his composure. I think he was just ready for that game. He was just brilliant on that day. And I think that is good for him. It's a spark for him, and a spark that he should not let die. So he has to continue the flame. Like that shot is good for him. He has to get involved in the game. So once he has another one or gets a 1v1 situation and he goes beyond the defender, plays to a teammate, I think it's gonna really help him. So definitely he's a striker material, but he really has to get involved more.
Indeed, he really has to. Nying and Selo Jallo had the last touch. And that's Mola Menying doing a strong and a firm defensive cover. And Selu Jallo wanted to nudge the ball in front of him, but Mola Menying never wanted that to succeed. So Abdullah Kujabi will start play for RS Tallinding. Kujabi going to his left-sided centre half. Back to Nying. And Bojan making the right run. Bojan wants it and Bojan gets it. Mustafa Jajo tried to close him down, brought him down, and that will be freaky for RS Tallinding. On the other centre half is Haruna Bojan. That is a free kick. Pademba Baji and Selu Jallo were down. Selu looked to have experienced the bigger pain there. Down, nursing a bit of pain. Fisher's giving him that support. Landed awkwardly, looks. Oh, he'll be okay to continue. That will be an almighty blow if still we are unable to continue from here. Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, he'll be okay. Just getting his wrist checked. And Abdullah Kujabi will restart for RS Tallinding. So the free kick was in RS Tallinding's favor. Goes to Haruna Bojan. Bojan to Mola Menying. Medina having a strong balance shape and behind the ball runs. Haji Toure taking it down to Bojan. Bojan goes to his DM in Pademba Baji. Demba goes to Nying. Hadim Gom does absolutely well there. So Medina United goal kick. Taken by Omar Keita. So Keita will go. Usman Cha wanted a restart or a start builder from the back, but Keita said otherwise. Kitabo Gajigo touching it back. The ball in Medina's half. Conte. That's a free kick for RS Tallinding. Look to be a cheap one again. Too many fouls. With time heading to 20. That means 25 minutes of normal time to go in the first period. Still no real opening for either side. The closest to both sides have come from scoring is Modusaj's only attempt on goal from outside the box. Bar that, it hasn't been any real opening. But that would be a free kick for RS Tallinding to be taken by the DM in Pademba Baji for RS Tallinding. Has Haji Toure alongside. But Pademba would be an R swinger into the penalty area. He's going for goal all by himself. And that is an excessively ambitious one from Pademba. And went over the crossbar, not the best of decisions.
I don't know what he was thinking, but you cannot beat Marcelo like that. You should have done something better. He could have tried to swing it in for his teammates to try and battle it out with the defenders. But that was just horrendous. It was a poor decision here.
Indeed, poor decision. But RS Tallinding looked to have been solid, much more solid in the middle of the park and winning too many free kicks. And that is a free kick. This time Haji Ture is out to take the resulting ball for what will be an in-swing at this time. Everyone in Medina's half, except RS Tallinding netminder in Abdullah Kujabi, justifiably so. So here comes the free kick for RS Tallinding. This too will be an out swinger to be taken by Haji Toure. Sends it long into Medina's half. Great leap there by Umar Baji. He has the first header. Abdullah Conte also heading it back. The ball is still in Medina's half. That's a good one. Salah, an offside. Free kick in favor of Medina. Offside against the number 17 in Motlamin Salah. Taken by Abdullah Conte. Keita. Keita is taking those decisions there in his goal mouth. Doesn't want to start. To him, he doesn't feel that is safe. Well, those are decisions for the goalkeeper to make sometimes, though. It's his responsibility to guard the goal mouth. Mustafa Jaju with a trivela there. I believe it's his responsibility to guard the goal mouth. So sometimes, if he doesn't feel all right, it's right for him to make a decision. Don't you think?
I think he's on the pitch, and like what I told you, RS Tallinding is very good. If you can see when they are playing in our own half here, they're getting a lot of fouls.
Yeah.
You understand? So you can only get that from a team that is technically good on the ball, and they are utilizing the ball very well. So Marcelo has seen that threat, and he does not want to see any play of RS Tallinding around his area. So he's not going to take the risk, because if we do the wrong thing here, we can be punished. So he does not want to see them anywhere near him. So that's why he's trying to clear his area and push his boys as high as possible, as deep as possible into RS Tallinding's own area.
Definitely. Here comes a long one. Keita jumps and gathered. Poish was trying to place it for Mustafa Jaju. This time going to Hadim Gom. Who controls it down to Mustafa Jaju. Trying to bring it back to Ngom. But again, the ball was won back instantly by Selo Jallo. Was looking for the strike and run. Goes to Hadim Gom. Inside Tallinding's territory. Mustafa Selo Jallo was giving him that option. And the pass from Selo Jallo, the pass from Hadim to Selo was heavy.
Selo wasn't ready. He shouldn't have passed him. I think the mistake is from Hadim. Hadim should have waited, because Selu was not ready. He was not on his feet. He didn't get his balance. So what Hadim should have done was to delay or try to play in because Mosaja was waiting and the other coming midfielders were there. So he could have played to one of them and then wait for Selu to get his balance.
Definitely. So much communication from the players inside. RS Tallinding looks to be strong mentally and approaching this game with immense physicality. Keita trying to kill the tempo of the game in his goal mouth. God as well. Abdullah Conte alongside, who will be definitely hungry to restart play. But Keita is not interested. Going long. Ball headed out by RS Tallinding. Haji Toure on the deep left of the field. Landing Jada slips and tucked the opponent's full back on his way. And that is an RS Tallinding free kick inside Medina's half. Not so deep though. Now Keita is telling him the amount of people that are coming. So the goalkeeper trainer was having a negotiation with him about the restart. And Keita is trying to justify his actions that there are 3 people who comes.
I agree with him. I agree with him.
I agree with him too. But I think, on my tactical analysis here, RS Tallinding doing that is giving chances to the wing backs. If you observe, when the 3 of the attackers presses, on my observation, both of Medina's wing backs are usually left isolated. people like Abla Conte are good on the ball. It can be faster. If it is slow, it can be deadly. If it is fast, quickly to Abdullah Conte, quickly to the wing back in Hadimgom, then Medina can explode, because that means Tallinding have already cancelled out 3 players at a go. What do you think?
No, I will disagree with that. You know, Tallinding has studied the way we play, the way we build from the back, the way we progress. Any team that allows us to build gradually from the back is calling for it.
Yeah.
So they are not giving us that space. So the space they are leaving for our wing backs is actually a trap. That's a hole for us to play the ball there and they press immediately. So we definitely have to be very, very careful. We just have to make sure we do what is safe, play the ball forward, and try to press them in their own area. That's the real thing.
Indeed, that's the real thing. Jalo did a wonderful delivery and wins a throw for Medina. So Hadimgom will be taking the resulting throw. Sending it down to Baji Omar. Handball against Omar Baji. Free kick in favor of Tallinding. Gafa Usman Cham. Discussions there. That mind Abdullah Kujabi will be taking that ball for Tallinding. Still goalless. Sang said Tallinding did a wonderful study on Medina before this game. Our games are so live, so we are in the most difficult teams to study. But studying and getting it right and winning the game after all is of different things. Toure, face to face with Abdullah Conte. I think the team that did the best study on us in this season so far was the first leg against Latrikunda at the Bakau football field. Their approach was perfect. We scored by a corner, or a free kick rather. That tells the whole story.
And Latrikunda is Tallinding is doing the same thing. You can see, look at the way they are playing. They are approaching the game physically, and they are also trying to make sure that we don't start the ball behind, because starting the ball behind is our secret.
Yeah.
That helps us to expose the opponent. So here they are not giving us the spaces. They are fighting for the ball in the middle of the park. They are also trying to push us and narrow the game in our own area to force us to make the mistakes. And if you look at the way they are playing, it's like they work on set pieces. So those corners, those fouls that they are winning, those set pieces they are winning, tells you that they've worked on something. And we have to be really, really careful, because I think we have to be really, really careful, because our set piece defense is not that much good. So we don't have a good record on that. So you can see the way they've approached this game.
Definitely, Sang. And that's very, very right. Consider some goals via that. Well, here comes Tallinding Salah. But Baji recovered. Sise is there. Try to go long. But Haruna Bojang picking up that ball. So to London Jata from Begdida. Shifachati giving him options. Who tried to control. Those were to jing past his marker and wins a free kick for Medina United. Inside Tallinding's half. With just 28 minutes on the clock. Heading to 29. Time heading to 60 minutes of normal time. Chati lifts it long, but that was too deep for Hadimgom to connect. And Abdullah Kujabi got it. Kujabi going long, was looking for the run of his center forward in the number 28. Lamed Sise let it bounce. Umar Keita would now gather. And Ensa Konate is the center forward for Tallinding. Musa Boajo was one of the best players for Tallinding in the first game. The number 24 Musa Boajo is also there, but this time a mal pass from him. Selo Jallo had him giving him options. Ngom into the penalty area or close to the penalty area. Delivers. That was too long for Modu Sajo to connect. And inches over his head. A little bit of a lip adjustment would have been a goal. Might have been. Salah. Bajo giving him options. Demba Baji is there. The number 4. Demba Baji to Ensa Bojang, the right full back. Bojang going to Haji Toure. Haji. First to first in Ngom. Back to Nying. Malame Nying. Chati does well to win the ball back. Play on, says the referee. Chati. Jaji giving him a good run into the penalty area. That is a goal! good one. And the netminder had the last touch. Free kick. Oh, that was not a bad kick from Mustafa Jaju. A little bit of placement would have been better. He went for power though. And the netminder had the touch, but that was a good chance, sir.
Definitely good build-up from the boys. Definitely good connection, but the finishing was what was left. I question his choice there. I question his decision there because he could have done better. It's either he played to Selo on the other side who was free, or he goes for placement and precision than power. But that was promising, and that was really good from the boys.
So here comes a Medina free kick in a very good position, just at the edge of the box. Selo did score a free kick against Wabanjula the Bako mini stadium a few weeks ago. Can he do a repeat of that feat? He has 7 assists to his name so far this season. 8 assists rather. With 5 goals. That's 13 goal contribution for Selo Jallo. Would he make his 14? Well, one of his 5 goals was via free kick in a similar position, just around the D. Bayi was down, lost a bit of pain, and Selo hold the ball the moment the whistle was gone. He all knew he's going to be the taker. RS Tallinding strengthening their barrier. Their barrier got to be upped. Otherwise, they'll pick the ball in the back of the net. Medina's little magician, who has everything planned on the attacking department, placing that ball to his liking. That is a firm barrier though. A firm barrier. Strong 6-man wall. Is it turning out to be a 7? Selo also getting ever close. Selo might not need the barrier. The goalkeeper has to be correct, has to be ready, has to be committed. Behind that ball to his Kitabu Gajiko, but you all know who's going to take that ball. Sign. The whistle is gone from the central referee. Selo Jallo to take the resulting ball. Abdullah Conte what to move away from the barrier. Selo calculating, picking his spot. Off step Jallo, Selo over the cross, over the frame of the ball. That was a good one. That wasn't far away. And RS Tallinding escapes. They got to have a free kick at this stage because Selo had the precision and placement abilities, but that wasn't far, sir.
That was definitely scary to RS Tallinding faithfuls. He rattles the woodwork and then came off agonizingly for us. But we are getting closer, and I'm very sure that this game we're gonna go away with the 3 points because we deserve it. But we at the same time have to be very careful with RS Tallinding because they are very quick on the break, and I think they play very well in our half here when they come up.
Indeed they did. But that will be something that Gava will work on. Avoid free kicks at that place. Free kick at that place is deadly for any team in the division. And that's so good for Medina. Barca on some occasion in some games, Barcelona used to try having free kicks at that area. And some Barcelona supporters will tell you, we prefer free kicks over a penalty. The day I respect Messi was against Espanyol when he scored 2 free kicks. And one of them rattling the post, into the back of the net. And Medina has that player who can score from these positions.
Yeah, to a point you will think that that's like a penalty for Selo. He got that touch. He knows exactly what he's doing. On a good day, that would have been in the back of the net. But let's not write him off for today. I believe he has something in this game. It's either an assist or a goal.
Indeed. And here comes the free kick. Salah takes. Omar Keita with Gala, and Gala with Poish. Selo Jallo there, who wants it and gets it. Morris Haja making the roll. So to Yusufa Chati. That's a good pass to Chati Yusufa, who's running into the penalty area. But that touch from Chati was heavy. And strong defensive cover by RS Tallinding, who recovered well and uses his body admirably. That was Salah, the attacking midfielder, who drove all the way. Well done for RS Tallinding. Shishay. Medina are not building into the game in the best way possible. Had him go down to Umar Baji. All the way back to Abdullah Conte. This is the Medina we know now. Conte going to have him go. Wonderful job. Jinking off their marker. Mustafa Jaji giving him that option. Who twist and turn in his own territory. Jaji switching play on the deep right. Was looking for the run of London Jata. That pass from Mustafa Jaji was in the best. And gave the left back for RS Tallinding to recover. And with Bojang in there, and that's Ibrahim saw this keeper who doubles as the left full back. All the way down to Sise. Was looking to go long to Chati. Salah touching it down. They're going into Medina's penalty area. Keita would gather. Had him come calling for that ball. And Ngom would get it. Ngom touching it down to Mustafa Jaju. Jaju looking for the run of Selu Jallo. That was in the bad pass. Selu Jallo into the penalty area. But Mutlamin Ying to the free kick against Selu Jallo though. The referee felt that was a push from Jallo Selu. And that will be a free kick to be taken by Abdullah Kujabi. For RS Tallinding who goes to Mutlamin Ying. Ying going long. Kitabu Gaji go here, sing it down. Salah is there. Touching it down to Haji Toure. The ball was cleared out by Jata Landing. And Abdullah Conte who left that ball for Omar Keita to gather. And Keita would gather well. Medina have been the most productive team so far. They have had better chances to goal than RS Tallinding have.
Yeah, I think for the past 15-20 minutes, Medina has been on top of RS Tallinding. They've been doing better. We are the one that is bringing in the threats. We are the ones with most of the chances. So I think we could have just made one of those chances count. You know, what RS Tallinding is trying to play is to make sure that they don't concede, because it's difficult to concede first against Medina. Yeah. So if you concede to break Medina, their defense is good. They have a good goalkeeper, so definitely it's going to be a mountain to climb. So that's why they're trying to make sure that they don't give us the space and the time. But I think the boys are finding their rhythm, and they just have to push on and focus and make every opportunity count.
Indeed, Lanijara does well to win a corner for Medina, to be taken by Selu Jallo. Selu to take. Whistle is gone. And launch one into the penalty area. Abdullah Kujabi does absolutely well to push them away for another Medina throw, which will be taken by Hadim Gom. I'm going to Modu Sajo, who does well. Great combination there from the center forward and left wing back. Back to Mustafa Jaju, who's touching it down to Hadim Gom. Gom, Jaju, Abdullah Conte was calling for a return pass. Conte going all the way down to Kitabo Gajiga. Gajiga switching play. And the target was, of course, London Jata, but Lamesise is there. And now the ball did reach London Jata. That is Mustafa Jaju. Does well, Mustafa Jaju. Omar Baji going to Jata, good pass. Jata will deliver one into the penalty area. Abdullah Kujabi is there, and Hadim Gom did not read the ball well, and that will be a goal kick for RS Tallinding. Haruna going down to Kujabi Abdullah. Medina have better touch to goal so far. RS Tallinding standing firm. Conte chested down to Hadim Gom. Nothing said the central referee. Haji Toure switching play to the right. Lamin Sise is there. Does absolutely well. Down to Omar Baji. Baji was trying to go long. Was looking for the run of Modu Sajo. And Haji Toure is there. And Mustafa Jaji was trying to delay him. Abdullah Conte does well And Mustafa Jaji will pick up that loose ball. Jaji goes to Hadim Gum, who's running into our standing half. And Saboji recovering. Hadim Gum touching it down to Selu Jallo. Jallo down to Abdullah Conte. Ball. That'll be yellow card against Abdullah Conte. So that will be free kick. That's a yellow card against Abdullah Conte. He protested there. That doesn't look to be foul. That for me was clear ball. Nying. And that's a goal kick. Kitabu Gaji got does absolutely well there. The centre forward though, who is Ensa Konate, claimed he was fouled. But that will be a cheap free kick to penalty to have anyway. That tackle on Abdullah Conte.
Well, I will disagree. But you know, at the end of the day, the referees will have to make their decision. They will have to interpret the laws. They will have to interpret the intent. So all we will have to say is, well, it wasn't a foul because Abdullah Conte, the feet were not high. It was low, below the ankle, and he got the ball 100%. So for me, I wouldn't define it as a foul. But at the end of the day, we have to respect the referee's decision and move on. So Abdullah just has to be careful and make sure that he remembers that he is on a yellow card. And that's the only thing he has to do. So we just have to focus and leave the referee and keep our heads in the game.
Indeed. And so delivers Keita Wurgana. La Mercedes does well again to connect and to push Anisha Konata away from the ball. And Keita this time going long to Modu Sajo. Haruna Bojang is there, or so rather. It is Haruna Bojang. Bojang the centre half down to Abdullah Kujabi, who is going long. And that pause goes over Hadim Gom. Haji Toure is there, face to face with Abdullah Conte, who does well to push him down the line. Haji delivers, and Kitabu Gajigo will clear all the way out for an RS Tallinding throw. RS Tallinding are now also getting back the dominance of the game. Medina had already built up to the game, but they're taking their foot off the pedal a little bit. Nying looking for answer. As we have 2 minutes of normal time to go, and that will be 2 minutes to be added on. Keita jumps and Keita gathers. Keita going long. Selu Jallo couldn't keep it for Medina. But Nying will do to Abdullah Kujabi for RS Tallinding. Abdullah Conte jumps. Kitabu Gajigo is there. Wins it back. And wins a free kick. Conte to Keita. Still goalless as the game, or as the first half nearing to its end. Chati, Modu Sajo is there, looking for the run of Chati. That pass from Modu Sajo was too deep, and that would be a Medina corner. Modu could have gone for goal. The goalkeeper was off his line.
A shot. I think he should have gone for a shot. He should have gone for a shot. That was the best option. If he did not, he should hold on to the ball and wait for landing. Landing was there. Landing is good in sending those deliveries into the box. So 2 options: a shot or wait for landing to come up, and then he plays the ball out for him, who will send in a beautiful cross, I'm sure. Because at that time we would have had more men in the box.
And here comes the corner. More men would have been in the box, most definitely. Corner to be taken by Selu Jallo, who delivers one in. The ball headed out, back to another Medina corner. And that was a good one. But Haruna Bojang was there, so too Padem Babaji. Selu would have a chance to deliver one in. That will be 2 minutes to be added in the first period. Still no goal. Selu Jallo came the closest to scoring via flick. This time a good one too. Modu Sajo at the near post with a flick header that went just over the crossbar, and that will be an RS Tallinding goal kick, which Haruna Bojang or Abdullah Kujabi will restart. Going to Bojang Haruna, so alongside, so wants it and gets it, and that's a free kick against Lamin Sisay in favor of RS Tallinding. Ball was brought down. Baji turning, switching play to Ture, who heads it down to inside Baji. Baji face to face with Abdullah Conte. Delivers 135 post. And that was a man at the back post. And that header was handled well by Omar Keita. Just 40 seconds to go in the first period. Keita. And that is a half-time whistle. Not the best of 4 halves of football. Both teams yet to put their feet firmly on the game, as it has been a physical battle, especially in the middle of the park. Selu Jallo with a wonderful free kick on the frame of the bar. Modesali also with a wonderful tempered drive from outside the box. But after 45 minutes, Medina United 0, RS Tallinding 0. Is crucial, very, very crucial in this game. Sang, we're back for the second period. What should we see in the second half?
Yeah, I think both teams have studied each other. We know our weaknesses and our strengths. So the boys just have to pick it up from where they left. But at the same time, we just have to know exactly what we need. We need the 3 points, and we just have to maximize every opportunity. That's the only thing we have to do now. We just have to bring the game to RS Tallinding, force them to make those mistakes. Because what I'm seeing at their back line, I'm not writing them off, but they are not that very good. So if we put pressure on them, we're gonna get something out of them.
So the second half starts. Medina will be playing left to right as you watch, while RS Tallinding will be playing from right to left. Long one, chasing for the center forward, but Kitabu Gaji goes there. Heading out to Mustafa Jaji to Hadim Gom. Gom on the ball. And that will be an RS Tallinding throw to be taken by the number 3 in answer. Send one in Medina's half. Answer Bojang. Bojang takes. And Abdullah Conte is there. Walks it hard for another RS Tallinding throw. Bojang. Conte is there. This time it's a Medina United throw in favor of Abdullah Conte. As Hadim Gom making that wrong. Mustafa Jajo giving him option, but going all the way down to Chati. Bujasa is there to head it down. Mustafa Jajo had the touch. Musa Bajo is there. And Haji Toure tried to jing past his marker, does well. But Mustafa Jajo recovers in time to win that ball back for Medina, who's running into space. So Baji does well. Connects back Mustafa Jajo to Selu Jallo, who's running into RS Tallinding half. Selu Jallo does well to jing past his marker. Ajay to the box, throwing in a pass to Hadim Gom on the deep left of the field. Gom was going for goal. That wasn't far away. But a wonderful build-up from Selu Jallo after receiving a good pass from Mustafa Jaju. And Hadim Gom could not get that final touch right, but that was a good chance.
Yeah, I think we miss somebody who is a specialist in such balls, and I think we miss Dominic. Dominic would have buried that. That is his specialty. So when that ball went flying across the face of goal, I said, yeah, that's Dominic's specialty.
Indeed, and then with those counter-attacking break with his pace, Boasi Dominic, Medina's MVP, will be at the right place. He's watching this game, as he has been on some occasion. Wherever you are absolutely miss. Keita, down to Selo Jallo, who does well, Selo Jallo. Very difficult to stop. Calling Modi Sadio to make the run. Salah, Jallo to Chati, down to Mustafa Jaju. Jaju also think it passes Macarel. Selo wants it back and gets it back. Turning in a pass to Chati, down to Landing Jata. Jata back to Selo Jallo. Selo try to lift it long to the run of Landing Jata. Selo Jallo touching it, throwing it down to Omar Baji. Going all the way down to Kitabo Gajigo. Gajigo down to Abdullah Conte. Hadim Gomez there. But Conte going down to Chati Yusufa. The pass from Abdullah Conte was not the best. And out for an RS Tallinding throw. Toure Haji. Ibrahim Ba making the run. Bajo and Mul Amin Salah there. For RS Tallinding. Good one from Ensa to Haji Toure. Toure has Konate in the penalty area. Kitabo Gajigo using his body well. Down to Abdullah Conte. To Hadim Gom. To Mustafa Jaju. Jaju trying to jink passes marker, which he does absolutely well. Jaju Mustafa down to Omar Baji. Selo Jallo making the run. Mustafa Jaju wins it back. All the way down to Hadim Gom. That is the Medina we know now. Hadim into the penalty area. Trying to jink passes marker. But that was a brilliant defensive tackle by Nying Motlamin. That's the Conte. Hadim Gon will be taking that ball down to Abdullah Conte, who goes down to Omar Baji. Conte Abdullah. Kitabo Gajiga. We start the switch play to Lamin Sise. Landing Jata alongside. Pass from Kitabo Gajigo. He receives it well. Down to Chati, who tries to turn. Chati down to Landing Jata. Back to Kitabo Gajigo. Down to Chati, who does well to jink passes marker. Was trying to throw in a pass to Selo Jallo, but Ibrahim Abba will recover. That from Show wants Haruna to take that ball, and Haruna Bojan takes to Show, who would deliver one into the far post. That doesn't look to be a delivery. That is a heavy one with his laces. Our starting interest used to seem to be on the right back and the left winger in Ensa Bojang and Haji Toure. They don't look to be very good on this area much.
Yeah, that's why you can see they always try to switch play quickly because that's where their strength is. So when they play there, he's a very clever player. He can make those crosses, and when they create the blind side, they can definitely trouble any team. But I think that is where their strength is.
Indeed, Selo Jallo to the box. It does well to jink passes marker. Brought down. There is a goal kick at the center referee. That looked to be an almighty penalty, Sang.
I think there was contact, but maybe to the referee it wasn't enough for a penalty. But I think there was contact. So for me, any kind of contact in the box of that magnitude should be a penalty.
Here comes Selo Jallo again. Down to Modu Sajo, and misses a wonderful opportunity as he was played through on goal by Selo Jallo. But goalkeeper Abdullah Kujawi came flying on the ball. The chances are coming, and they got to make it count, Medina. So they're able to keep that ball in play. And that's a Medina United throw. be taken by Jata. It's going down to Selu Jalo. All the way down to Sise. Goes to Chati. Heading it down to Sajo. Netminer Kujabi is coming out. Had the to Ensa Bojang. Bojang going down to Padema Baji. Baji has so alongside the number 25. And Ibrahim Aso. So try to trade in the pass. And the ball was won back by Baji. And Selu Jalo. Mustafa Jaji is there. Chati making the right run. And Baji rather making the run. And Haruna Bojan taking it all the way back to Kujabi, who does well to keep it in play. That looked to be a back pass initially. But the referee disagrees. Answer. Down to Salah, who goes long to Kujabi. Jatarada. Omar Keita with well and connects Selu Jalo. It looks to be an end-to-end football now. It's more like it for both teams. Selu Jalo running into the opponent's half. Brought down again. Selu wanted better from the referee. As he's asking for yellow cards there. Selu Jalo. And so now, perhaps be given his final warning by the central referee. Chalo, and to Baji, and to Kitabo Gajigo. All the way down to Hadim Gom. Gom, after Mustafa Jaji, who touched a twist and turn to Selu Jalo at the edge of the box. Jalo was gone for goal. And Mustafa Jaji picking up that loose ball, but the ball was bouncing, and Salah will pick up that one for Tallinding. For what will be a counter-attack. Everyone in Medina recovering, and Abdullah Conte would do the final recovery to Hadim Gom. Gom has Mustafa Jaji alongside. Jaji coming down to pick up that ball, all the way down to Omar Baji, who is doing well on the middle. Oh, and the Jata was making the right run, but Padema Baji intercepts that pass. Mapaji, Kitabu Gajigo with a wonderful tackle. Haji Toure going for goal. And this way off target. The chances are coming for Medina. They got to make it pounds.
Yeah, I think we should have scored from that Modu Sajo and Selu Jalo. Brilliant interchange of play. But I think unfortunately for Modu Sajo, he's not wearing his boots that he wore in summer against Ouagadougou. It was just agonizing and definitely disappointing. But he just has to keep focus and keep the confidence and try to make another one count here.
And that was exactly like his first goal. He put it in between the goalkeeper's leg. He not mind. He was trying the same thing here, but this time he's unlucky. So Bajo will be making way for Tallinding. That is Sabajo, who was one of the best players in the first leg, not having a good day today though, the number 24, and he'll be replaced by Sekou Toure. And then Jata going down to Kitabu Gajigo to Abdullah Conte. Oh, Conte could not control. Bajo Musa will be making way any moment from now. Down to Baji, Bojang Rada, who delivers, landing Jara the far post with Ibrahim Aso. So to Ibrahim Abba. Selu Jalo does well. Musa Bajo making way, and Sekou Toure will be replacing him in the middle of the park. Sekou is 28. So takes that throw. Down to Ansar Konate. Lames followed him all the way. Ibrahim Abba is there. Medina won the ball back via Ibrahim Abaji, who goes to Mustafa Jaju. Brought down, and that will be a yellow card against the number 3 in Ansar Bojang. Favor of Medina. So this ball to be taken by Kitabo Gajiga. And Ninjata asking for that ball. And gets it. Tallinding. Controls down all the way to Lamin Sisse, who's going all the way back to Omar Keita. Keita going long. Ibrahim Ashaw could not control. Omar Baji is pushed down, and we'll say Medina United free kick. Baji is doing well in the middle of the park. He's a calm midfielder and has all the physical attributes needed.
Yeah, I think he's a good pivot. All he needs to improve upon is his ball distribution. He has to be switching the field most often. So, but he's a fine kid, and I think he has a long way to go.
Indeed, an absolute long way, but possibly a bright way ahead of him. Kitabo Gajiga. Shooting play to Hadim Gom, and Sabojan recovering. Padem Babaji is there, and that will be free kick against the Fachati. Still no movement in Medina's dog out. Oh, technical bench. No warm up for now. With 13 minutes in the second half played. Only free kick to be taken by Nying for Tallinding. Going long, but Sello Jallo would gather and won the ball back. Baji London Jata. Oh, the best of passes, and Ibrahim Abba does well to recover. Does well to jink past London Jata, running into the penalty area. Lamin Sisse is there. Down back to Sello Jallo. Oh, that control from Sello Jallo is in the best. And the ball is out for a throw. Ibrahim Ashaw is going long. Lamin Sisse heading it out. And Sello Jallo will pick up that ball, but out for another RS Tallinding throw. Sisse jumps to Sello Jallo. Once the ball back to Mustafa Jaju. Chati is making the run. Going down to London Jata. Jata back to Mustafa Jaju. Jaju going long. Oh, that was not the best of passes. And that is out for a goal kick. For RS Tallinding, who are preparing another double warm-up. Salah. All the way down the left. Haji Toure. Toure trying to jink past his marker. Baji does absolutely well. Now wins it back. Down to Mustafa Jaju. All the way down to Chati. Sello Jallo making the run in the attacking third. He opts the turn. Taking a pass to Modou Sadio. That was not a bad pass, but a bit too heavy for Modou Sadio to connect. Champion Omar Bojang are preparing to warm up. Mohamed Jabi is a good striker. And one who can add some flyer in the attacking third. Sisse down to Baji. Oh, Baji's pass was not the best. The ball was won back by Sekou Toure to Haji Toure. Abdullah Conte does well to distract him. Ibrahim Abba is there. And had him come recovering admirably well. Shorty tried heading it out. Haji Toure again. Going for delivery at the far post. Great jump. Ba. Sisse is there. And that's a Medina United free kick in favor of Lamin Sisse. And Ibrahim Abba wanted a penalty. It doesn't look to be one. The way Medina started the second half was bright with some good chances, but again the tempo looked to have gone down a little bit.
Yeah, I think the first 5 minutes was brilliant, but they didn't maintain that discipline and that tactical adjustment. That first 5 minutes, if they had maintained it for another 5 minutes, we would have been talking about 2 goals by now, because it seems RS Tallinding couldn't control them the first 5 minutes. So why did they stop?
Why did they stop is the big question. One that can only be answered by the players. I was not sure there was any tactical switch. Caesar jumps, getting it back. Bojang also back to Selu Chalo. Landing Jata is there. And Sekou Touré touching it down to Ibrahim Abba. But Jata winning it back to Omar Baji to Mustafa Jaju. Jaju, who has array of bodies ahead of him, but still searching for that best option. Jaju down to Chati, who had a wonderful turn. Chati is going for goal. That was again not the best of decision for Mustafa Chati. Right over the crossbar, he was too ambitious there, and Chati and failed to make the right decision. Marco Chabi. Baji jumps onto Ibrahim Assow. Chati giving that good fight, winning the ball back well. Down to Baji to Selu Jalo. Was running into the opponent's half. Selu switching play down to Hadim Gom. What a wonderful force touch. Mustafa Jaji giving him option alongside. Gom switching play down to Landin Jata. That was a good switch. Chati alongside. Selu Jalo too is there. That shot from Omar Baji wasn't far away, but the combination leading to that wasn't bad. The movement was good. The passes were slick, but the final touch wasn't. Asir whiskers away. That was a good build-up.
Definitely good. So that's the kind of tactical shape they have to maintain. But it's like they are in disarray now, and they are not maintaining. They are not consistent with their shape. But every time you see them consistent with their shape, you see something come up. So they just have to maintain the shape, and the coaches have to keep sending in the instructions.
They got to come. Jato going all the way down to Modus Hajo, who leaving it for Mustafa Jaju. Jaju running into the penalty area, brought down, and that's the Medina United free kick. Against Sekou Touré. The second half stopped. That is a free kick behind that ball. It's Selu Jala and Mustafa Jaju. But Selu, of course, will be taking that ball for what will be an in-swinger. Mustafa too is a good taker from there. Let's see who will be taking this one. On the side of the Abdullah Conte, Lamin Sisei, all in the penalty area. Omar Baja Dej. Selu Jalo takes. Selu was going for goal, and that decision wasn't the best. Went over the crossbar for another Tallinding goal kick. Abdullah Kujabi is there, going long, and that was one back by Ansar Bojang. Conte jump, Salah won that. That was a bit of impatience there from Abdullah Conte. Here comes Haji Touré now running into the penalty area. It's the first with Hadim Gom. Ansar Bojang tried to bring it back. Selu Jalo is there, so too Salah. Down to Padem Mabaji, all the way down to Bojang. Bojang looking for Nying, more Lamin. Aras Tallinding trying to have good spell of dominance. So, down to Ibrahim Abba. And they showed the box for Medina United. Back to Shaw, who does want to connect Sekou Touré, who goes to the far post. Was a good attempt, but the market is there. Mohamed Jabi is preparing to come in for Medina United. Keto going long to Selu Jalo. What a brilliant force touch. Running into Aras Tallinding's half. Selu Jalo to Landin Jata. Jata, that will be a Medina United corner. Mohamed Jabi is preparing to come in. The center forward will be looking to register. He's still searching for his first goal for Medina in Mohamed Jabi. Will be a corner. He delivers one in. Abdullah Kujabi is there. Abdullah Conte was chasing that ball. But all he got is a yellow card, Abdullah Conte, and ought to be careful as the opponents will try to provoke you in the best way possible. Fachati is making way. Number 26. It looks to be Fachati. Chati was having a good game. Chati was having a good game, son. I think he's going for a 3-5-2 formation now because Modu was left isolated on the attacking third. So maybe Mohammed will be joining Modu Sadio to have the 3-5. We still dropping down a little bit down the middle. Your take on that?
Yeah, I think this Jabi is gonna play with Mod Sadio, so Selo will have to be in that hole behind the two strikers. Yeah, because I think Mod Sadio has space. He's skillful. Jabi also he has space. He has the physical presence. He's very clever. So Selo can play behind them, and they can have a good support from behind. So I think that's why Chati is out. Then Selo, a creative player like Chati, can play in that hole behind the two strikers.
So Selo will be behind the strikers now to collect Mohamed Jabi and Modu Sadio. Selo, what did they flick there? The Esther referee was not interested. Oh. Baji, referee felt that was a handball. Now, yeah, after Jabi coming in. Mohamed Jabi does well to Modu Sadio. As Mustafa Jaji is making the run. It is 3 against 4. Jabi is there. And that pass. Baji down to Selo Jallo on the dip. What a touch. Selo Jallo lifting it along to Modu Sadio. But Nying does well. But that was a good lift. 20 minutes of normal time to go. 70 minutes on the clock. And 20 minutes to find an important goal. And neither team would want to go down at the moment. Sisa jumps. Kitabu Gajigo wins that header. All the way down to Ibrahim Asow. So has Nying alongside. Tura Iseko, who stand to kill the tempo of the game in the middle of the park down to Haruna Bojang. Kitabu Gajigo would jump, but then Bojang was nearest to the ball. And Lamin Sise would pick up that ball down to Selo Jallo. Jallo who tried to turn. London Jata. And it was started threading the pass, but Ibrahim Abba pick up that ball. All the way down to Salah, who is switching play well to Ibrahim Abba. Ba will win that ball. Face to face with London Jata. That's a free kick against RS Tallinding? No. He lost the ball and he went diving.
He left the ball behind and flew on Landing's body. That's tricky. He lost the ball behind and flew on Landing's body. So there was.
That is not a free kick.
It's not. Definitely, absolutely.
Adamajata warming on, Bolamin Dabo 2 is indicator, Buba Mane, all warming on Anumar Bojang. Haji Ture behind that ball. And he will be whipping one into the penalty area. Against a two-man barrier in Modu Sadio and Landing Jata. Here comes the free kick. Ture attacks. Whipping one into the far post. Jumping is Abdullah Conte. Out for a corner for RS Tallinding. As they're preparing triple substitution. Twelve, 27 all coming in. And here comes the corner. Will be taken by Haji 2 once again. He's still having a negotiation in the penalty area. It doesn't want any infringement. Well, if it's Keba Baji to come in for us, telling him, but here comes the corner. No one, Omar Keita would guard well. (27) for RS Tallinding. It's Mohammed Dumbia. That's a good one from London Jata. The final pass from Jata was not the best. Picks that ball back to Mustafa Jaju. Jaju has Umar Baji at the edge of the box, but that was hit. Sisei lifting along to London Jata. Jata down to Umar Baji, who goes back to Selo Jallo. Back to Mohamed Jabi. And that is a goal. Offside against the assistant referee. Offside. Sterling preparing a triple substitute. Alpha 6. Medina did found the back of the net, but that never count. So Ibrahim Abai is making way. RS Tallinding, and will be replaced by Alpha Sisei. Haji Tura 2 is making way. So, and 29 is Ansa Konate. All of the back three, or the front three rather, for RS Tallinding are out for another front three. So that is a free kick for RS Tallinding. The chances are coming. The goal isn't yet. So RS Tallinding have changed their entire front three to new bodies. Ansa Konate is out, Haji Toure is out, Ibrahim Abba is out, and then it's Keba Baji, Mohamed Dumbia, and Ba Alpha Sise. Ba Alpha Sise scored Medina in their 1-0 victory at the KG5 Mini Stadium in the second round last year at the Panjul Mini Stadium for what was a 1-0 scoreline. So Abdullah Kujabi behind that ball. Kitabo Gajigo wins that header. And the middle to Seko Toure. Helping in the defensive cover, free kick against Selu Jallo. Selu Jallo visibly frustrated by the call from the central referee. And to take that will be Haruna Bojo. Lifted long to the far post where Omar Baji was, and Mustafa Jaju couldn't have the best touch. Here comes Jabi. He's going for a goal. Great defensive tackle there by Lamin Sisei. Wonderful defensive cover between Lamin and Kitabo Gajigo. And the last touch came via RS Tallinding's body for a Medina United goal kick. That was so close from Keba Baji. Martin. Conte. Lamin Sise. Sisatowar Keita, still goalless. Both teams searching for that goal. RS Tallinding have their best chance in the game in a few seconds. But Lamin Sisa was there flying on that ball. It goes long, strong defensive header there by Mohamed Dumbuya. Sise, onto Selo Jalo, who is coming down for the ball. Selo going long to Modus Hajo. Strong on defensive cover again. Mohamed Jabi is there. Jalo. Hello, wasn't so listening. Mohamed Jabi. Jabi was happy by that call. At the center of the referee, he protested. The referee still looking at him, waiting for hand gestures for a possible yellow card as Abdullah Conte receiver in the first half. Is that the only yellow card in the game so far? RS had one. Okay, inside here. Inside Bojang here for a foul on Mustafa Jaju. Conte overjumped there, but Keita would come out to gather. Lamin Sisa is doing everything right at that back line today. Paji down to Jaju. Controls are running into heavy traffic. Selo Jalo received that ball delightfully. Switching play to Hadim Gom. But Ngom could not keep that in play for Medina. The ball was won back by Bal Fasise for RS Tallinding. Sise to Ibrahim Asso, who was trying to switch play. Selo Jalo winning it back to Mustafa Jaju. Jaju looking at the run of Hadim Ngom, who will do well to keep that in play. Ngom running into RS Tallinding's half. Mustafa Jaju is an option. Trying to jink pass bodies. Balls in the center of the referee. I wonder how. And Bal Fasise is there. Kitabu Kajigo winning that back to Lamin Sise. Kitabu Kajigo. Malbojang and Lamin Dabo preparing to come in. Lamin Dabo maybe for Hadim Gom. Malbojang possibly for Modus Hajo. For what will be a like for like replacement. That's a Medina United ball to be restarted by Umar Baji. Will be going long to the run of Hadim Gom. That pass from Baji wasn't the best. Abdullah Conte jumps, wins that header, and Padam Babaji will go down to the booking of the central referee. RS Tallinding preparing another substitution for what will be their final sub in the day. That's a Medina free kick. A very good position to be taken by Selo Jalo. Yep, Hadim Gomez making way for Lamin Dabo. And Modus Hajo also is making way for Umar Bojang. Conte Abdullah. And RS Tallinding to preparing their final substitution. Lamin Dabo is in. Boja in the right back. Answer. Yeah. Number 3. Here comes a long one for Selo Jalo. Umar Bojang and the near post. The flick header was not the best. And RS Tallinding's number 3, 23 is Bubakar Singate. Bubakar Singate, who will be coming in. Substitution. Ibrahim Asso is making way. The captain, and to replace him
Are you sure he's hands up?
is Bubakar Singate, the number 3.
Because he had a card before. So which means, is the referee missing something?
Conte to Mustafa Jaju, who had a good turn, brought down for Medina United free kick. The time is getting older now with just 8 minutes on the clock to go. Time heading to 83. That would be 7. Conte. Gajigo will restart. Mustafa Jaju and Omar Baji alongside. Jabi. Baji. Mulamin Dabo. All the way down to Omar Baji, who's switching play. That touch was not the best. Mohamed Jabi was there. But Haruna Bojang had the fast final touch. Play goes on for Padre Mabaji to enter Bojang. Bojang to ball for Sisei. To Padre Mabaji. All the way down to Bubakar Singate, who goes to his number 12. In Keba Baji. Back to Bojang. To Nyeng Molamin. Who started in the pass to Bal Fasisi, who lost that ball down to Mustafa Jaju. All the way to Omar Bojang. Bojang to Molamin Dabo. And Bal Fasisi does well to recover and apologize instantly. Baji coming back for the ball. All the way down to Mustafa Jaju. We're switching play to Landing Jata. That switch of play was not the best. All the way out for a goal kick for RS Tallinding. Medina did find the win against RS Tallinding very late on with just a minute to go. Yes, the game heading to there. Still no goal though in this game. At this time in the first leg, Medina were already leading by a goal to 0 via Mustafa Jaju for what was his 3rd in the season at the time. Alpha Sise. Standard jump passes marker brought down by Abdullah Conte. And that's a free kick for RS Tallinding. Conte on a yellow card or just take out by the central referee. You got not to concede another yellow card. Padre Mabaji in RS Tallinding's half. Go along to Mohammed. Okay, by Jabi rather. Mustafa Jaju lost that ball, but Selu Jallo will pick it back. As he is now trying to jink past his marker. Going down to Mohammed Jabi. Umar Bojang making the right run. Bojang taking it back to Jabi, who lost that ball there at the edge of the box. Jata tried to win it back to Lamin Sise. All the way down to Mohammed Selu Jallo. Jallo looking for the run of Landing Jata. And that looks to be heavy. And Jata is unable to keep it in play. Out for a goal kick. I think the boys are lacking patience now. That's a disadvantage. Oh, muscle cramp. Selu Jallo is forcing the muscles now. Abdullahi. Selu has it out for a throw. Heading is not part of his strengths. She said, Chabi. And Selu Jallo wins a throw for Medina. Another Medina United throw. A throw up and a throw now. Coming in for Medina Faithfuls. Jata. Going on to Bojang. So we let that out for a throw. He Just quickly down to Lyman Cisse. Keita. Woman preparing another to come in. Medina's lucky charm still will definitely be making way on the attacking third. Buba just scored 2 goals on this ground. One of it coming against Alid and another against Walidan. And with just 2 minutes to go, he's brought in again, perhaps for what will be an important goal. And against Walidan, it was a fluke finish. Free kick against Kitabu Gajigo. Pushing his hands there, and Mane preparing to come in. Cello look to have run out of energy. A bit of a muscle cramp I'm seeing, and he will be replaced by Buba Mane. Now comes along and a good one into the penalty area. Ball headed out fully, but Sekou Toure's return ball was not the best, and Ensa Baji trying to keep the ball in play. He does. Hamid Cisse tried winning it back, and that's a Medina United free kick. Selo Jallo will be making way for Buba Mane. Listen happy. Yeah, that's right. A lot of energy anyway. He still wanted to play anyway. And assistant coach was telling him, shut up your mouth. Was in the day, was holding your muscles. They're taking you out. And now he's taking your head. Go back and sit. So give Buba a chance also to introduce himself to the game. Baji down to Toure. We started threading a pass. Omar Keita will come off his line to Gara. And Gara well with exactly 45 minutes on the clock. As there will be 4 minutes to be added on. 4 minutes for both teams to find that goal. Bojang chesting it down, looking for the run of Moulamin Dabo, who is now running into the penalty area. Down to Omar Bojang. Mustafa Jaju picking up that ball down to Buba Mane, who's going for goal. And that's the last stingy defensive block. Javi, ball for Cisse. Trying to turn. In the middle. And Omar Baji does well to win that ball back. Baji down to Mohamed Jabi. 4 minutes to be added on. Medina pressed in numbers. Jabi's ball was not the best into the penalty area. Jata down to Abdullah Conte. Conte. 4 minutes confirmed. Looking for the run of Moulamin Dabo. Dabo into the penalty area. Twisting and turning. Sending in a first time delivery. The ball was blocked back there. And Abdullah Conte there. Sotu Nying. And Baji will now have the chance to clear his line for RS Tallinding. He does. But his clearance was not the best. Buba picking up that loose ball. Mohamed Jabi is there. Jabi wants it and gets it. Running into the penalty area. Still on the ball, Jabi. Brought down. Free kick for Medina in a very good position. Wow, no Selo Jallo this time though. Mohamed Jabi is picking up that ball. Buba is good, but Jabi is placing the ball. Yeah, Buba did came so close to scoring. I remember against Serekunda FC in the penultimate game last year. And where his ball hit the bar, but Mohamed Jabi also is behind and a very experienced player. But this looked to be a better place for a left-footed player anyway. But let's see what Jabi has to offer. Jabi will be taking that ball. Moulamin Dabo too is there. Buba Mane is standing very well for the ball, but he doesn't look to be part of the committee. Strong 5-man barrier too. Abdullah Kujabi is placing his barrier well. Jabi looked to be taking this one anyway. Waiting for the whistle of the central referee. Here it comes. Omar Baji And that's a goal kick. I wonder what that decision there was. Calling for goal would have been ideal. Poor decision.
That was definitely a poor set piece. I think they should have dipped it inside the box and then we see what is going to come out of it. But that was definitely poor and flat. Yeah.
Indeed. Just a minute or so to go now. Abdullah Conte recovering. All the way down to Lyman Cisse, who will be going long now. Clearing that out for a throw. Remember Mohammed going to the penalty area. It's a push from Lyman Cisse. As a revenge. That is a free kick for RS Tallinding. So what could be the final action in the game? Good chances missed. And looks to be a share of the spoils. But this one though, to be taken by Keba Baji. For what will be an arch swinger in the penalty area. Mohamed Jabi dropping back to help the defense line. Omar Baji. But Bojang is a good header of the ball. Should be in the penalty area. Here comes Baji. Mulamed Dabo is there. Heading it out. Ensa Baji bringing it back. And Medina have what will be the final breakdown. Mohamed Jabi is there. Going to Omar Bojang, who is trying to run into the penalty area. And now Medina wins a free kick. This is definitely the final action in the game. As the 4 minutes of added time is already played, everyone now will run into RS Tallinding's penalty area. Behind that ball will be Mustafa Jaju. This is the final kick in the game. Everyone ought to be in the penalty area. Umar Bajido may stand at the edge. Kitabu Gajiko, Lamen Sisse, Abdullah Conte, Mohamed Jabi, all in there. Bajido running into the penalty area as well. Lamen Sisse has had so far 3 goals to his name, 4 other. Mustafa Jaju. Deliver one in! That wasn't far away from Omar Bojang. Lamen Sisse, because I wasn't sure the fourth official was on my way. But that is a full-time whistle. After 90 grueling minutes of football, there was to be no winner. Medina came so close to scoring via Modu Sajo and Selu on a 1v1 which he was stiff from the back. But in the end, it's a share of the sports. Full-time, Medina United 0, RS Tallinding 0.